Thank you, Holy Spirit, for another day to be here. This is the series finale on everything marriage, but not necessarily everything marriage. One thing I'll tell you, don't be frustrated. There is no such thing as a perfect marriage. So if you wake up one day, you want to get married, and you have in mind that you want your marriage to be perfect, then that marriage will be ruined in no distant time. Think about it. If you want to get into marriage and you're thinking to yourself that you want it to be a perfect marriage, you want him to be a perfect man, you want her to be a perfect wife, the marriage will be ruined. Because you're going to be frustrated when your expectations are not met. You will be so frustrated by the imperfection of your spouse. One thing you will see always, apart from resentment, because it is their imperfection, the expression of their imperfect nature, that brings the resentment when you're not able to deal with it. So one of the vital virtue that you need to cultivate before you get into marriage is understanding, endurance. You need both of them, because that person that would have a conversation with you today and he would say that, okay, I'm ready to make a change, could wake up tomorrow and do something completely worse. What are you going to do in that situation? Are you going to give up on him, or you're going to try again? So there's no manner anywhere for a perfect marriage. There is none. There is none. But when you go through the scriptures, you will see rules and regulations, principles that have been laid down by God for a healthy marriage. Not a perfect marriage, but a healthy relationship in marriage. When you get into marriage, or you're planning to get married, you have to understand the effect of environment in the life of your spouse. Think about it for a moment. What do you mean by understanding the effect of environment? Where they raised your spouse, it's a very, very important factor to look at. I've seen a lot of people walk out of marriage, or like they turn their back around from marrying a young girl because of the type of family or the observation they made in that family. Environment is very important. Environmental factors are very important, because the environment can impact their emotion, can impact their understanding, can impact their ability to think in a particular kind of way. You're probably coming from London, where people think this type of way, woke, and you're trying to get married to a fantastic man in Africa. You have to be ready to embrace changes in ideology. With the changes in ideology comes changes in behavior and the way they will act. The question is, do you have the patience and the understanding to accept that change as a part of human nature, as a part of what is constant in marriage? Because change or changes are constant in marriage. Not just in marriage, it's constant in growth. So both of you should understand that you are all a product of your environment, and your environment can have either good or bad effect on your personality. The same way you've been made imperfect by the effect of your environment is the same way your spouse has been made imperfect by the effect of his environment on him. So how would you want him to treat you, knowing fully well that your environment made you the way you are and you're working towards changes? That is the way you're going to treat him, knowing that his environment made him the way he is and he's working towards changes. Both of you need to understand that you are not perfect and would never be perfect. What happens along the line is that the Holy Spirit comes into the picture. When you allow the Spirit of God comes into the picture, he modifies your consciousness. The rendering of your consciousness, the rendering of your understanding, the rendering of your behavior in that marriage will be modified by the person of the Holy Spirit. You are now able to accommodate him. You are no longer easily upset or offended by little things, because when you submit completely to the person of the Holy Spirit, he's going to purge every part of your being. He's going to refine you, and he's going to make you a better person. It is possible for you to learn how to pray for your spouse. These things are things you need to start doing. Start thinking about it. There are certain attitude, virtues that must be cultivated before you start talking about marriage. It's very, very important. So I've said it. You have to understand the effect of environment in the life of your spouse, and how you would handle it is very important. Also, before you get married, or before you start talking about marriage, you need to have a sense of responsibility. You have to have a sense of responsibility. So I'll allow you to think about it for a few seconds. Having a sense of responsibility, being a responsible person, is for your own advantage. Because when you get into the process of knowing this person, understanding his character, you need a high level of intelligence to be able to understand him on a normal level. Let's assume you've not developed the gift of discernment that comes into the picture when the Spirit of God is there. Having a sense of responsibility and having something to do for yourself. Now, this takes us back to when I said that you must have something doing. You must have discovered your purpose, because it is on that journey. It is on that journey that you're able to develop mental strength and emotional intelligence. There's a level of intelligence that you have when the guy is saying something. You will understand that this person is not saying the truth. You'll be able to analyze every single thing that he's saying. You will be able to understand the one that he's saying to make you happy, the one that is saying that is real. It takes a lady that is independent to be able to understand the truth or see the truth in a guy's words. Because for you to build yourself to a level of being independent means you've come across a lot of people that taught you lesson here and there. For you to be able to have a business running, a successful business running, means you've been able to learn a couple of lessons. So in that interaction, becoming a better version of yourself, you're able to develop a different layer of intelligence that can help you determine if a man is saying the truth or not. So when you get into conversations while you people are cutting, you'll be able to look at these things and see that, okay, he's saying the truth, he's not saying the truth, And remember, marriage is not for the now. 20 years down the line, what's going to happen? 30 years down the line, what's going to happen? 40 good years down the line, what's going to happen? Is that okay? Above all, don't settle for less. Don't settle for less. Marriage is a lifetime journey. If your spouse is not doing what you want your spouse to do now, if your person that you're dating is not doing what you want them to do right now, there's a chance they might not be able to do it when they get married, because they're going to get busy with raising your children, and you're going to keep talking and complaining. Don't put yourself in that position. Do not settle for less. Everybody deserves to be happy. Any effort that is made in a marriage by either party needs to be appreciated. It needs to be appreciated. But you can be making an effort that does not resonate with me, and I will not appreciate it. That's why it's very important for you to settle for someone that is within your field or within the scope of what you like and what you want. Don't bring somebody that is from a different whatever and you try to overhaul the person. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be very difficult. Finally, for you to have a successful marriage, I'm just going to give you a bonus. You must make sure that you are married to a good foundation. I've said it again, so I'm going to make the emphasis again. I've seen good people, fantastic people that are doing well for themselves, but once they got married, once the lady comes in or once the man comes in, something terrible will happen. And nothing could have prepared them for the terror. Nothing. They end up being a victim of foundational errors. That is the role of spiritual intelligence in everything you're doing. Make sure you have a spiritual director. Send them the picture of your guy. Send them the picture of your babe. Let them look at something. If you love the person enough, both of you should work on it together. Don't waste your efforts trying to convert that person. Let the person need to have 50% zeal so that your own 50% would complement it. One other thing, people can be a victim of their own destiny. For every destiny on earth, there are certain extra charges. There are certain hidden charges that comes with the execution of every destiny. You see people that are called, you see people saying that people that are called pastors used to get angry a lot. They have anger. They have anger issue. People that are called pilots are this. There is always these hidden charges with the execution of your own destiny and calling. You have to pay attention so that you will not become a victim of your own destiny. People that are pastors that have higher calling, they have a likelihood of having problem in their marriage. Anything can happen, and it will become the effect of what comes with the destiny. Watch out for it. Be prepared. Anticipate what can happen to you in marriage because of your destiny. Anticipate what will happen to you in marriage because of your destiny. There are ladies that have a high calling. They cannot be with a man. They don't have the training. Most of them end up being single mothers because they end up marrying the wrong person. Is that okay? Take your time and work with a man of God that knows what he's doing before you get married, because this is something that's going to last 50 years. So when we're talking about marriage, we're not talking about the now. We are looking at it into the future. You have to look at the future perspective of it, because you're going to be there and you don't want to go in and come out. If you go in and come out, you're already creating a pattern that your children will start battling and start dealing with. Is that okay? God bless you.